this announcement in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, being Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, the laws of the state of New Jersey. The Planning Board Secretary has prepared a schedule of the meeting of the Planning Board of the Borough of Kenilworth for the year 2025 and has posted a true copy of this schedule on the bulletin board located at the front entrance of Borough Hall, and has mailed true copies of this schedule to the local source in Star Ledger and is maintaining a copy of this schedule in Borough Hall. Accordingly, the notice requirements of the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied in regards to this meeting. Can we stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Mayor Karlovich?
Here.
Mr. Paserno?
Here.
Mr. Clementi?
Here.
Mr. Pantina? Here. Mr. Maggio?
Here.
Mr. Ladowdy? Here. Mr. Colella? Here. And Mr. Grimaldi?
Here. I'll be with you in 1 minute, Kathy, as soon as I find my agenda. I think somebody took it off my desk, and it was you. Is there a motion to approve the minutes for November 25th, 2025? Motion made by Mr. Grimaldi.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Colello. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Kathy, any communications?
No, Chairman.
Okay, seeing none. The resolution for application number 225008, Nest, Mr. Rego.
Yes, the board heard this application for preliminary and final site plan approval at its November meeting, November 25th. This is one in a line of approvals for this lot, Galloping Hill Road. The board may recall the Nest 15 building requested approval to do some interior work in the courtyards, build 3 corridors, do some landscaping, and some drainage improvements. Pretty straightforward, no variances were requested or were needed, and the board approved this.
Okay, so if you all remember, I was not here that night. Greg David chaired this, so I can't vote. So whatever is in that resolution, I reserve the board to say, is that in order and everything okay? Okay. Seeing that, is there a motion to approve the resolution? Motion again made by Mr. Grimaldi.
Second.
Seconded by Mayor Karlovich. Roll call?
Mayor Karlovich?
Yes.
Mr. Clementi?
Yes.
Mr. Pantina?
Yes.
Mr. I wasn't here. You weren't here? Okay. Mr. Ladowdy?
Yes.
Mr. Colella?
Yes.
And Mr. Grimaldi?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to resolution of Planning Board's meeting dates for 2026. And I have in my hand the resolution for the meetings for 2026. Right, Kathy? So,
That's the one.
but that's not the one. It's this one, right?
Yeah.
I have it in my hand. You guys,
They got a copy of it today.
everybody, you gentlemen and ladies have a copy of this, and this is the resolution approving the dates for 2026. We also talked in our workshop, there may be some amendments to this during the January and or February meeting because things fall around Thanksgiving, around Memorial Day, and around Christmas, correct? So we'll look at it at that point. But if that's okay, can someone make a motion? The motion made by Mr. Clementi, seconded by
Second.
Mayor Karlovich.
Is
Well,
the chairman
but-
a motion to hold this until January or to approve it and amend it later?
I think we can,
I'm going to advertise it in the newspaper. I have to do it by, the resolution says I have to do it by the 8th of January.
so the motion is to approve. So the motion is to approve, and then we'll amend during the next couple of months. So the motion was made by, I think, Mr. Clementi, seconded by Mayor Karlovich, and roll call.
Mayor Karlovich?
Yes.
Mr. Paserno?
Yes.
Mr. Clementi?
Yes.
Mr. Pantina? Yes. Mr. Maggio?
Yes.
Mr. Ladowdy?
Yes.
Mr. Colella?
Yes.
And Mr. Grimaldi?
I'm going to hand this up to you guys.
Both of them.
This is the old
Okay, application 24009, Eric Chavez, 61 South North 19th Street. I guess you're Mr. Chavez?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Chavez, I'm sorry if I may, Luke?
I've been informed by the board secretary that notice of publication are appropriate, are in order.
Yes.
And why don't we swear in Kevin and
Correct.
Christian? He's our planner and our engineer. Gentlemen, with regard to this this application, do you swear the testimony shall be the truth, so help you God? Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Why don't we swear you in, Mr. Chavez, if you could raise your right hand. With regard to this application, do you swear the testimony that you're about to give shall be the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
And for the record, if you could state your name and spell your last name, please.
Eric Chavez, Chaves.
And you're the applicant and the owner of the property?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So just to reiterate, Mr. Chavez, when you don't have representation, to make things go a little bit smoother, easier, so we can keep some type of format, we usually ask our planner to walk you through this unless you want to do this on your own.
I'll have to walk through it.
Okay. It's all yours.
Mr. Chavez, I believe you were going to make an introduction and tell the board about the project.
Yes, so the reason I'm here is I'm proposing to do a side addition to my home. I have a detached garage currently. I would like to remove that, attach it to the home, and create a bedroom above it, as well as expand my master bathroom and my master closets, and then coming back down to the first floor, extending my living room space as well. And also, in the front of the house, I would like to do a covered front porch.
Mr. Chavez, I believe you have in your possession reports from Mr. Cueto, our engineer,
Yes, sir.
and me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. I'm going to refer to my report. At the bottom of the first page, I have 2 planning comments. Number 1, the reason why you're doing this. Can you walk us through that?
Sure. When we first bought the house in 2017, it was just me and my wife. Now there's 4 of us in the household, and there's possibly going to be a 5th one. We just want to be prepared. So my wife does work from home, so one of the guest rooms she uses sometimes as an office. She works from home 2 days a week. So an extra bedroom for the future, near future, would be helpful. I also have nieces and nephews that sleep over during the holidays, so, putting their bodies somewhere.
They keep showing up, huh?
They keep showing up.
Could you please discuss what the new front and side facade are going to look at, colors, and how it fits into the rest of the house?
Sure, I'm going to keep the same color palette. The wife's looking at like a light brown. I used to work for James Hardy siding, so I'm looking to the luxury siding, so I'm looking to increase that on there. But nothing drastic, just keeping the same color palette, what's on the block now. For the front porch, if approved, I would like to do like a nice veneer, something pleasing to the eye, with Aztec trim and
Thank you. The detached garage behind the house is proposed to be removed. What's going to take its place?
just that.
Just grass?
Yep.
So you're going to have a grassy area surrounded by walkway, block, something like that?
Yeah, that block I was planning to remove. The kids need somewhere to play. They're getting to an age where they're starting soccer now and all that, so we need more grass back there.
Okay. The proposed driveway, since this is a new proposal, Borough Code does require a 1-foot separation from the property line. Can you provide that 1-foot separation?
Yes, sir.
It can be a grass strip or some other separation.
Yes, sir.
So your party would not banging the names.
Yes, sir.
Don't call me sir, I wasn't here starting. Okay. The front porch is proposed to encroach 5 feet into the front yard. Why is this?
The purpose of the covered front porch is to improve the functionality and character of the home while remaining consistent with the surrounding neighborhood. The covered porch provides weather protection at the front entrance, making the home safer and more usable during the rain and snow. It would also encourage the use of the front door entrance rather than the rear, which will promote us talking to our neighbors more and whatnot, and it would keep more eyes on the street. For the front porch, I really want to keep it as close to grade as possible, so it wouldn't be an eyesore looking from the street curb. And what's there now is protruding and encroaching into the setback as well. All I'm asking for is just to widen it, the width of the house. It would create a bigger blueprint for my kids when we run up there during the rain and not slipping and falling and whatnot. I can push them to the side and let them not be rained on or snowed on and whatnot. And it won't mess with any of the drainage away from the house or anything like that.
You'd mentioned the neighborhood. Are there other porches such as what you're proposing?
There are a couple porches. I brought some pictures. I didn't provide them in the application, but I have some pictures of some of the houses on the block. And also, I wanted to show you a house on South 18th Street. Is basically really what I wanted to do. They have the same layout, a garage on top and a covered porch as well.
If you'd like to show us.
If the board wants to see those, we can, how many photos do you have?
I bought 10. I didn't know how many were going to be here. I have 10.
10 of the same picture?
10 sets, yeah.
Oh, 10 sets.
We'll just mark it A1, and how many photos per set, approximately?
There's photos of a couple houses, and then for another question, I made a packet for each one of the parking issue. I took a couple pictures of that.
Why don't you pass them both up?
Well, why don't we do the porch first?
We'll do the porch is A1,
Bring the parking up next.
and the parking will be A2. So first we'll focus on the porch.
Sorry about that. I also have smaller copies rather than those big printouts. If you guys want.
We'll just share.
Or you can pass it this way, we'll cover it. Oh, that's the existing, no.
Just so you guys don't have to fold over.
Does anybody want a reduced set of plans?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great. So you're not hearing that on the microphone.
Much better.
Thank you, Robert.
All I'm doing is, kind of like,
Sure we do.
Target letters?
and then,
There you go. Reduce set of plans.
Am I chopping up?
What do you want? Do you want? No, you don't get it.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you ever see an attorney share?
Oh, boy. Is A1?
Oh, there's.
is that all?
That's, I think so. Okay. For this different.
Shadows, this is like there's 3 photographs?
Is there an extra one of those in the front?
Situated there.
No, it's all right.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is just another house.
Mr. Chavez, while everybody's getting organized,
Okay.
I know that this is your house, 61, these 2 pictures, right, front and side. And isn't this house right here, right next door to you, to the right?
It is not.
It is not, where is this?
That's the coolidge.
This is what you are saying you want it to look like?
Right.
Okay.
The garage aspect of that house.
Okay.
Here, I've got pictures. Mr. Chavez, if you could tell us about the pictures, who took them, when you took them, and then tell us why they're important.
I took them today after reading over your report. I wanted to give you guys as much info as possible, just to see where my mindset is. There's also a house that I couldn't get a picture on. It was blurred out on Google, so I couldn't drive over there due to my job, but it's 22 South 18th Street. It's really basically describes what I want to do. Older house, but just want to do it a little newer. I'm trying to connect the Wi-Fi to show you. I think we
Let me see if I can find it.
22 South 18.
Yes, ma'am.
So right now, in front of the board, we have 3 different pictures in front of us only, right? Where there's no other pictures floating around? Right? The front of the house, the side of the house, and the one on Coolidge, correct?
So the garage is gonna go.
Oh, correct.
The picture's gonna go forward.
Anything else about the photographs, Mr. Chavez, you want us to know about?
No, for the examples of what I want to do, it's basically what I want.
Okay. Question number 6, what happens to the existing landscaping for the house now?
Whatever I can save, I'll try to save, but if not, I'll put in make it aesthetic pleasing.
Number 7, can you talk about your neighborhood? Are there other homes that are going to encroach in that front yard that are aware of? And I do note for the record that I did see several covered entranceways in the block. They may extend to this setback. I was unable to tell that, but it appears as though they do.
There are some. My neighbor has a front porch to the south of me, and it's covered as well. Mine wouldn't be as high.
Item number 8, one side of the new side yard setback is proposed at 4 feet. The other is at 4.84 currently and will continue as it is.
Kevin, you're on item number 8?
Yes, sir. Item number 8 on page 2.
Okay.
The new setback to the south of the house is at 4 feet. The existing and proposed setback is at 4.84, almost 5 feet on the right side of the north side of the house. So, Mr. Chavez, there's
Yeah, I have it.
there's a pool, there's a gazebo, there's a grill in the backyard, you got a lot of stuff back there. Just an observation, not a judgment in any way. That stuff's got to be...
You sound like you're talking to a police officer.
I better be careful, huh?
Yeah.
Or don't drive on the parkway. You got a lot of stuff back there. How are you going to maintain that stuff if you have to replace, pull out? I mean, 4 feet, you're not getting anything up that 4 feet side. Almost 5, you're not getting much up and down that 4.8 feet side. Tell us what you're going to do in the future.
If that's what it comes down to, I have great relationships with both my neighbors on the north and south end. I'm sure they would be okay with me moving a fence panel to get that stuff out of there if needed.
So to talk about the future, if your neighbors move, you get other neighbors in there, and they're not quite as cooperative, and you're on your own. I mean, you got to deal with it on your own property. What do you do?
For what's back there, I would say the 4 feet would be sufficient enough for me to take it. I do have the other side, on the other side, that I could take it out if need be, and to maintain whatever's back there.
Okay. On the left side, south side of the house, what are you proposing next to the addition to access the backyard?
A wall.
If anything.
A walkway.
Okay.
And then in the front, just where the garage is gate for security purposes.
And that also has to be set back a foot from the property. Where are your existing AC units?
On the north side.
On the north side. Okay. So they're actually within the 5-foot setback there, but they're there, they're done. No new ones are proposed.
Correct.
Okay. Item number 11, 5 bedrooms requires 3 parking spaces. How are you going to accommodate 3?
So I took some pictures, those are the ones that are with you.
That's,
So,
oh, so this is also the parking?
it is.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
So tell us which picture you're looking at?
So what we're going to have in front of you right there is a Dodge 2500, which is a pretty massive vehicle. To the right of that should be a Ford Explorer black. And then there is a picture on my email of the third vehicle, which is a Nissan Rogue, just in front of my Ford Explorer. And then I didn't have a fourth car to put in there, but you could probably fit a small compact sedan in front of my Dodge.
This white vehicle, the white truck that you're talking about there, that's on the southernmost part of your driveway. And that's your neighbor's car to the left of that,
Yes.
correct? Now, okay, I'll let you finish your testimony. Okay.
So will those 4 vehicles fit on your property?
Yes, sir.
Or will they extend into the right-of-way?
Oh, yeah.
And I note, you've got 20, Mr. Quayle?
About 27 feet from...
27 feet. That Dodge Ram's got to be 18 feet long? So do you have a 10-foot long car that's going to go behind it?
No, I don't, but those are my cars right there. They're inside the garage.
Okay, so there's 2 different things then. They're technical. There's a property line that shows what you own. So forward of that property line and towards the street, there could be 8, 10, 11 feet, depending on how 10 feet, Mr. Cueto tells me, the engineer, and he knows, between the curb and your line. So that 10 feet means that whatever you park there is technically on borough property. But you're saying you could fit your vehicles on that driveway on your side of the curb line, not necessarily your side of the property line.
Does the garage count as one of the spaces or not?
Yes.
So if I use the garage as one of the spaces, the 2 would be well within.
Okay. So that would be your threat.
Yes, sir.
So 1 in the garage, 2 together, no tandem.
Correct.
Okay.
2 side by side. But if he had 2 tandem, it's a single-family home, that's their problem. We don't worry about that.
Right.
Okay.
I'm just getting a visual of what we're
Yes.
going to see if it's approved.
I still think in that picture you can see that the bumpers are well within the house. You can still see the house. If you see the plans, the setback for that garage is going to be 2 feet from the front.
No, but I get it.
Oh, okay.
I get it.
Okay, so
Did you have a question, Nick? Did you want him to finish his report and hold your question, or do you want to get
I just
in?
want a clarification on what you're talking about.
Okay, go ahead.
So, we work by numbers, and on your numbers on your plot plan, you have 14.85 feet from the southerly edge of the existing dwelling to the property line. You're going to put an addition on it, whatever the numbers work out to, you have 4 foot left over. So you're saying that in 14.85 feet, with no freeboard at all, you could get 2 cars wide and not be on your neighbor's to the south's driveway at all.
Yes, the middle's tight, but I can get that squeezed.
So if you look at the picture, Nick, that's why he's got one pulled in, one the other way, so the door don't hit.
No, I see that, I just don't, I don't know, 14.85 feet is kind of tight, 14.85 winds up being like short of 15 feet. You know, parking space is 9 by 18, that's 2 cars by 9, and even if it's 8 feet wide, it's 16 feet, which is more than 14.85 feet. Just saying.
No, that's what we're here. Go
So
ahead.
I've asked a number of factual questions. I'm going to turn to Mr. Cueto for factual questions. Let the board ask factual questions, and I want to come back to Mr. Chavez.
Okay.
And we'll talk about proofs that he needs to put on the record, and then we'll toss it back to the board.
Okay.
Is that all right, Chairman?
Sounds great to me.
Good evening. Okay, so you're in receipt of my letter dated December 10. Take your time. So on the first page, comment 1 just goes through what you are proposing, which you already spoke to. Comment number 2 goes into your increase in the building coverage to your addition, which is based on the numbers on your plan. On to my second page, comment 3 refers to the decrease of impervious because, as you said, you will be removing the detached garage and adding open space there, and that will decrease the amount of impervious for your site. So overall, the amount of runoff from your site will be less.
Yes, sir.
comment 4 has to do with the front and side setbacks, which you already discussed with Mr. O'Brien's report. And my last comment has to do with, again, the parking. And I will say I do agree with Mr. Fantina. 14, actually, less than 15 feet is a little short for two parking spaces. A typical parking space is 9 by 18, so 18 feet wide. I know it shows you. Yeah, it would probably be probably better if we had them tandem, side by side. Because even on this picture, it looks like you're slightly over onto your neighbor's property. It might be a little deceiving because I believe your driveways kind of connect, or at least they touch along the property line. But that is what I missed.
Those are factual questions, Mr. Coyle?
Yes.
Or back to the board if you have any questions of the witness.
Before the board is going to take questions, do you have any questions? Or are you wrapped up?
I want to wrap up after the questions.
Okay.
In a summary, I'll go over the summary with them.
Okay. I'm sure we have a litany of questions. Can someone show me hands, because it's hard to see. Who would like to have a question? Mr. Pantina?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, looking at Mr. Sawyer's last comment regarding the parking, I know we already spoke about it, but the new RSIS standards requires, I guess, the maximum number of spaces is going to be 3, right?
Yes.
Right, regardless whether you got 4 bedrooms or 5 bedrooms, right?
No, the 5 requires a 3.
Okay, so, just because it's on the plan and nobody's asking a question, I'll ask a question. So, if I look at the cellar floor plan, you have a bathroom down there, you have a closet, you have a window. And I think, I'm not the planner, I'll defer to Mr. O'Brien, I think the only other thing that would define that as a bedroom would be a open frame door, which you have, which would be the access door that comes in from the garage into the steps, into the basement. So that being the case, does that up the parking? 1, and 2, I just want to open up the floor because we all know that, rooms in the basement welcome other residents, so.
I don't know if it qualifies as a bedroom, Mr. Pantina, because it does not have 2 means of egress.
It has
At least the
one.
way I'm reading this.
All right.
And it's not labeled a bedroom. Many of us have bathrooms in our basements, some because we're all in frail and need them, others because they're very convenient. So that in itself is not an indicator. But I don't see 2 means of egress. Mr. Chavez, how many means of egress from that basement?
It's one, and there's
Only one. So therefore, it's not a bedroom.
There's 3.
So it can't be labeled a bedroom in accordance with the construction code. What they do down there is between them and their mayor.
I only raised the question because it comes up in other discussions that I have with other people that, a closet and window and access point is a bedroom. The bathroom just serves as another luxury.
But that bathroom is existing, correct?
It is, sir.
Yeah.
I think we can conclude it's not a bedroom.
Okay, no problem.
How much? 5.7.
Okay, thank you.
If he was proposing a bathroom down there, I would say that might. Yes. Yeah.
So to Mr. Pantina's point, it is not ever going to be used as a bathroom because it doesn't have two means of egress. The bathroom, as Mr. O'Brien says, that we all have two bathrooms, or most of us have bathrooms in our basement. It is not going to be used as a bedroom, but I would also, if approved, put that down there into our resolution, that it will not be used as a bedroom, to not only to protect the borough, but to protect Mr. Chavez from not thinking that in the future, wow, this is a great space, and then God forbid, something should happen, we're all protected, should this get approved. Good? Okay, we can move on.
Board questions?
Board questions, anything else? Mr. Grimaldi?
On a recent application, with somebody doing a similar type of addition, we had a lot of talk about increasing the width of an existing driveway so that cars did fit better, and we got similar because of the amount of bedrooms that were in that facility as well. I don't think we could force, but we could maybe recommend. You might want to think about widening the driveway.
There is a telephone pole right next to the driveway.
Right at the corner of it.
Yeah,
There is a couple feet there, though.
Oh, well, there's a couple, there are a couple feet.
Doesn't have room to be the full length. The question is,
My understanding is, though, that because it's a single-family residence, you can request it, not that they act in a timely manner, but they usually make accommodations for homeowners. But again, I keep pushing the rock up, you know. But I would almost recommend that we widen the driveway. I don't think Kevin, Christopher, I don't think he's that close to, dealing with an impervious cover variance at all. And again, he's right now going in the negative direction. So if you widen it a little, when your kid gets in and smashes your truck, he doesn't smash your truck as much. But the only other thing is, this is maybe more of a generality for that street. This street typically has, when we have flash rain, you're probably right in a nice flooding area, right? Just be. Okay. Would it be appropriate to talk about any type of water management or?
Well, because he's reducing the amount of impervious, I'm not recommending him put a seepage pit on his property. I mean, because
I don't see how we should reduce it
yes.
yet.
If I may, Mr. Grimaldi, if he is reducing the amount of impervious coverage in the rear, but equals that impervious coverage if he was to widen the driveway, and that equals out, then it's a non-issue.
Yes.
If it gets greater then it becomes an issue. So should you get approved? In other words, you know what I'm talking about, right? If you move it over 3 feet and you go 20 feet back, you got 60 square feet, it's nowhere near what you have in the back, so it's a kind of a non-issue.
Yes, it should still be a non-issue because he's removing a complete garage. But, I mean,
Assuming the garage is, say, 10 by 20.
yeah,
It would
just say it's a
be a lot
problem
less.
spot. Yeah, so you should still be good.
And if I could finish your thought on the parking. So up until this moment, Christian and I have looked, and it would appear that a parking variance would be required if everything stayed as it was, because he would require 2 9 by 18 spaces for cars, and he's only got 14.85 across, one in the garage. But if you were to widen that driveway by, say, 4 feet or 3.5 feet by the, what is this, about 15 or so, maybe 18, for the proposed walk, and the proposed walk and the
You could probably walk that.
that would be much less impervious that's being removed. It would make a conforming parking space. But we really want to be careful about the utility pole. We don't want to put anything next to it.
Well, that was my question. How far do you have to be away from the utility pole? Is there anything, I'm sure you can't abut it.
Well,
There are utility poles in driveways and they're
Okay.
asphalt around.
I agree,
We
okay,
don't
just
want to
checking.
do that.
No.
We want to give a separation.
But Kevin, he has, on his drawing, he has 19.7 from the base of the proposed porch to his property line. So that would give you your 9 by 18. Personally, from an architectural standpoint, I would tell you to make the porch a little bit deeper.
So with that in mind, I kind of feel like we're putting the cart before the horse. We're trying to figure out what you can do with your cars before we're trying to figure out if the setbacks have a good taste in the board's mouth without, let me digress. It's not our job to say no or yes here. It's our job to take a look at the ordinance and see how we can adjust it to make it work for you, to get what you need and what you want, but at the same time, we're not out of balance of what's going on your street, to your neighbors, to the community, and all that kind of stuff. So I think before we start redesigning the driveway, let's start talking a little bit more about your setbacks, your garage, what you're removing, what it's going to look like, what happens to the rest of the houses in the neighborhood. For instance, I go up and down that block quite often. My friend used to live up on the corner, George and Barbara Masesco. And if you look at the continuity of the homes that are there, on your side of the block, they're somewhat in line, right? They're not butting out. On the opposite side, when you come down from the bank, it's a little bit different because there's some newer things going on that side until you get to that one house that I'm sure didn't go to the permit department, but the house has a breezeway that connects the garage with a driveway and a horseshoe drive, and I know that doesn't fall into the criteria for sure. So what we don't want to do as the board, as the borough, or whatever we are at this point, is to make matters worse. We want to make them better. So if we take a look at your plan and we figure out how we can make it work as a team, rather than a denial or an approval, but let's say rather than a denial, maybe kind of going back to the drawing board a little bit and taking a look at what may be able to be looked at as a compromise. Mr. Grimaldi.
To that point, and you're right, I jumped to the thing in the front of the building. His garage right now is 3.5 feet off the property line. It's there. It's not ideal. He's bettering that non-conforming by moving it over, but for us to call it a garage, it has to be wide enough.
Exactly.
So going from a non-conforming 3.5 to a non-conforming 4 feet. So he is trying to better it.
Mr. Garage, if I may point out factually, a detached garage has a 3-foot setback. So that is conforming.
So the detached garage presently is conforming?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So that's okay. A principal structure has to have a 5-foot setback, and that's the variances involved.
But your perception, there's a building that's only 3.5 feet away from the property line. Now there's going to be a building that's 4 feet from the property line. And from Christian's calculations, we are going down in impervious. We're going up in floor space, but we are going down in impervious. And I think even he could do the balancing act with widening the driveway, it'd probably still be there. So the look of the property, yes, it's moving forward, but it's functional. The detached garage was what we did 50, 60 years ago. It isn't what we do today on these lots.
So, if I'm hearing you correctly, everybody correctly, you have a detached garage that is conforming because it meets the 3-foot criteria setback, but to his plan, he now wants to put an attached garage to his house, which does not conform because it doesn't meet the 5-foot setback on the side yard setback to the south, which would really need 5 foot, which would make this a lot easier than what it is now.
Plus, it's not just the garage, you've got residential above it, So the whole residential use
above that.
is within the 5 feet setback.
So that footprint carries all the way up, it would have to come back, and then we also have the encroachment to the front of the house. And that's what we should be talking about to figure that out.
And again, I think the front encroachment is a beautification and a betterment to the neighborhood and to the house. I'd like to see them on the rest of the street.
The problem is the ordinance.
I know this is not regarding the setback, but I'm just really confused about how you're not going to address the HVAC. I mean, how are you going to heat and cool the addition, the rooms? I just can't wrap my head around that. Like,
It would just be the bedroom and then the bathroom.
right, but you have to change the heating and air conditioning unit to accommodate the space.
From what I'm not a major right now, but they said the 3-ton unit upstairs was sufficient for that.
Is that what you currently have?
I'm sorry?
You currently have a 3-ton, you're just going
I
to...
do, sir, yeah. It was upgraded from the 2.5.
So it's, as the house sits now, you have 2 zones?
I have 2 zones of 2.5.
And they're both on the side of the house existing?
I'm sorry?
They're both existing on the side of the house?
Both existing on the side of the house.
So you have a 2.5 downstairs and a 3
And a 3 upstairs.
upstairs?
Yes.
Oh, so it'll accommodate.
Okay, understood,
right?
okay.
So placement, it's there, we don't have to move that at this point, it's already in its
Not
position.
part of this application.
Anyone else?
I'm just curious, how, like, I just don't see how the impervious goes down by that much, or it's almost like, would you have a feeling for how it's done?
Because we had the existing garage where it was, and then you had an impervious driveway that went all the way up into
The
the...
black top of the driveway was
But isn't the
already...
black top of the driveway getting covered by the addition? So that's still...
Stormwater.
But the old garage is coming down.
The old garage is coming down.
So
So that's a 200 square feet rate, though.
no, reduction.
I mean, reduction.
Yeah.
The garage is gone, but the impervious on the ground stays. It's just going from driveway to building.
So the math works?
Yes.
Okay.
Christian says it
The math is
Okay, as long as, yeah, if the math works, it works.
Like, top again.
Are you redesigning any of the patio in the back?
It's all coming out, I was just saying.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All those pavers are coming out, the pergola's coming out, that pool's coming out, everything's coming
Okay, I
out.
was going to ask that
And grass.
because, did you,
Grass.
because it doesn't look like the pergola or the pool are conforming. Well, definitely, they're definitely not.
They're being moved, though.
What's that?
They are being moved, though.
Maybe I'm not up to speed. You're removing the pool?
Yeah, it's all coming out.
That pool's coming out?
Yeah,
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
All right.
and it's all going to be grass.
So the pool and the pergola are coming out,
And the pavers.
and the pavers.
And no pool going back?
No
Nothing?
pool going back.
Soccer field.
Exactly.
So the pergola is paved, paver blocks or
Yes, sir.
surface. That's going to be grass?
Grass.
And the pool's going to come out, that's going to be grass?
Grass.
So that increases even more pervious.
And then
Sure.
the pergola's not, and the pool are
Increases
not.
They're considered impervious now.
No, I understand. They're built right onto the property line. They're not supposed to be.
Well, we don't know how they got there.
Right.
You would not approve it today.
That sheds a different light on a lot of what we're looking at here today. Board members, what else you have? Okay, Kevin, board members have discussed some of this, go on.
Everybody's got their questions in? Okay.
Before you speak,
Yeah,
can we
please
talk
go.
about the elevation? Is-
Go ahead.
So just to, you're redoing siding and upgrading the hardy?
Yes.
Is that what I heard?
Hopefully, if it's worth in a budget, yes.
Right.
Not vinyl.
All right. So I guess that would be important to know, as far as what we're seeing on these plans, it's going to be a clapboard. It's either, you're hoping for hardy, could be vinyl, but everything's getting refreshed, right? Okay.
You're going all the way around the house, new side. I'm sorry, Frank.
Yeah, in line with what we're seeing on these plans.
Yes.
If we're following this.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Do you have anything else?
Any other questions from the board? May I go through the summary with the applicant?
Well, I have one more question before you go through
All
this.
yours?
In order to keep consistent with the ordinance, with a little bit of give and take, would you consider reducing that structure by a foot, that garage structure by a foot, to meet that side yard setback of 5 feet? And what does that do to your plan and your structure and your car and everything else? So, I didn't look, Mr. Grimaldi, did you look into that at all?
Well, you have, right now, from his property line to the existing building is 14.85. You take 4 feet for the wall, it's 10. You take some structure, the overall, from inside to inside, you're looking closer to 9. So you're going to have a garage door basically butt up to the existing. It's a bit of pressure.
You won't be able to use the garage, more than likely you won't be able to use the garage as a parking space, in which case you really need a parking variance. Well, then you'll,
Yeah.
parking variance.
It's just right at the minimum right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I had to ask the question, right? I guess. Anybody else? Okay, we see that it's not because you're not willing to do it, it can't get done structurally because you can't gain access to the garage. That's how we'll address that. Go ahead.
So, please, the board, perhaps the applicant would care to discuss the master plan and the required proofs. Please, the board. So, Mr. Chavez, the borough master plan, which guides all of our actions, excuse me, has a couple of goals in it, talking about residential development. There, at the top of page 3 of my report, ensure that new residential development is consistent with and compatible to existing neighborhood character, and encourage the preservation and maintenance of all residential properties. Can you discuss how you think your application is consistent with those passages?
I'm sorry, sir. Could you repeat that?
Sure thing. Top of page 3 of my report, there are 2 passages from the master plan.
Yes.
Okay, you see those?
Yes, sir.
So can you discuss how you think those passages are compatible or consistent with those passages from the master plan and your application?
Okay. Am I just looking at 5, hardship and flexible?
No. Very top of page 3, ensure the new residential development is consistent with and compatible to existing neighborhood character. Encourage the preservation and maintenance of all residential properties. What are your comments about that?
I would just say with these proposed plans, I think it's more to the neighborhood, the block itself. I think this house is like it. I didn't catch his name. Mr. Clemente? Robert. Yes.
Robert Grimaldi.
I agree with him. I think the front porch would aesthetically be very pleasing. I think I see a lot of houses coming up with all these types of renovations and whatnot. So I think from the street perspective, it would be really nice. Again, I just want to emphasize, I'm not going to put no red siding on there, it's a neutral palette. And
I'm going to drop down to item 5A alpha, down to number 2. I think as a planner that you would be saying that there's not a hardship based upon the size and shape of the lot because you've got a conforming lot. Everyone in the neighborhood is saying something. That's not a hardship by itself. But this could be granted if you're advocating because the benefits of granting these variances outweigh any detriments. Can you identify any detriments to this application, to the neighborhood or to the borough?
no, I can't. For the front porch, the stairs are existing already. For that side yard, I feel like it's required. with what's above it and the garage. I'm not sure what the minimum square footage of the garage is, but I want to make sure it's there.
It's got to fit a 9 by 18 parking space.
So, no, I don't think there's no detriment to it.
Okay. Do you see any negative impact to your neighbors or the borough as a whole?
I do.
If this application were granted?
I do not say.
Mr. Chavez, if you wanted to summarize your application in any way, or you can rest, and then we'll toss it back to the board.
Just thank you guys for your consideration, that's all.
Mr. Chairman, all yours.
Thanks. So, before we go too far into more discussions, I think it would be prudent to open the meeting to the public and then come back to us, so we could do that, we get that out of the way. So would someone make a motion here?
I'll make a motion.
Motion made by Mayor Karlovic, second by Mr. Mazzio, to open the meeting to the public. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public wishing to speak about this matter? Look at them all, they're going to come running up. Seeing none,
Motion to close.
Mayor Karlovic closed the meetings to the public, seconded by Mr. Mazzio. All in favor? We do that as a formality because there could be people here that would be against or for your application. Okay, so now it's before the board. We heard your testimony, we heard the engineer and the planner. Now it's the board's job to figure out if we think this application could be tweaked, if we think that this is going to be approved or denied. So at this point, I'm going to need a little bit of help from the board on your thought processes. Mr.
So I just have one question. So you're going to come in 5 feet for the new porch, right? Basically on the existing house, correct? So the walkway, so you're so tight with the cars up to the garage if you're planning on parking there. Is there going to be a walkway in front of the porch to get in? I didn't see it.
Yeah, look, this is.
The walkway now encroaches it by
Okay.
11.5 feet.
Okay. All right, I missed that. Okay, thank you. Okay.
It's on the survey.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. Hey, Les.
I mean, can this driveway be widened a couple feet?
I would say, can we make that,
Yeah.
I think we're allowed to make that a condition. because
Absolutely. We could do
The
that.
board is allowed to impose reasonable conditions on a variance approval.
So if we have 14.85, and we have to take the 1 foot clear spot on the side from the property line, it brings us to 13.85. And if we're needing 18, so we need about around 4 feet.
Mr. Hobby, didn't you tell me that there was 19 feet there?
No, I was going side to side, 19 from front to back.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood, thank you.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Cueto has
It
looked
looks
at
like
the
there's
issue.
probably.
You can't scale that off the plan right now?
Well, they don't show the,
telephone
they don't
pole?
show the utility pole.
Oh,
That's
I
the
mean, if you
issue.
look at the picture,
However,
it looks like
I think he's got it.
I think he does.
I think he's not, but I think you can also maybe, because how close the utility pole is to the curb, you can keep the driveway width and have it flare out on the side and come around, pull if needed.
So we have another concern, right? I'll just wait. Gentlemen, we have another concern, right? Let's just say we do make it as a condition, if we were to approve the application, to increase the width of the blacktop. Let's say, we'll use a number, 4 feet, right?
Make it so it works, because even if you don't make the full apron because of the telephone pole, you could still sneak behind the pole.
Which where I was going with that, Mr.
Sorry.
Grimaldi, but let's just use it as 4 feet for now, and we could widen it as it goes up towards the walkway or the front porch. But then that impacts another thing. Does the porch get shortened so you can have the walkway? Because right now,
That's what I was getting at.
very, very clever with the picture is that one car's facing this way, one car's facing towards me. Now, he really doesn't have to do that if he pulls all the way to the right, and the person can get out of the car in between the two cars going this way, correct, Mr. Chavez? But people getting out of that car on top of the grass, where there have to be introduced a walkway on that side getting to the front porch. Correct. You follow me? Yes, Mr. Pantina.
So.
Yes, I did make a very good point, right?
Discussing with, yeah,
Oh, thank you.
discussing with Mr. Grimaldi, yes, you don't,
He has a sketch. He has
okay, so short of moving the pole, okay? One, PSE&G, Verizon, and their Mercy will move the pole and eliminate it. Yeah, right, okay, so they.
Yeah, you gotta wait a month on Tuesdays for that.
Right,
You
and
never
then
get that.
the curb opening the same, and you move over the driveway, you take the curb out, you widen the driveway, whatever it takes, okay? So Mr. O'Brien was saying you needed a parking variance, two spaces.
18 wide.
For two 9 by 18 spaces, but you can make this 18 feet, and it'll stop at the front of the porch. You don't have to reduce the size of the porch, because if you open up this package, which I just realized that it's in our package, you got 19.77 feet from the front corner of the porch to the property line. And even if it's skewed, it goes over 20 feet, you'll have 18 feet from the front of the porch.
Okay,
The
so
property
the
line.
person in the passenger seat, should there be a walkway to
There is
the
a
right of
walkway.
that to get to that?
Well, there's still a walkway in front of it. There's.
I don't have that.
Consider the walkway being from where the curb is now and going north for X amount of feet, probably, it's 30 feet, probably 17 feet, maybe the walkway will be. I don't know, I mean, I'm not, I'm just saying is that you have this in your package. It's still-
But I don't have it. No, I don't have it. Maybe. I gotta wait for you.
But, I mean, like, we don't know how much he's gonna have to widen it, but if you don't, if the board's in a position to decide on a variance for two 9 by 18 spots, okay, he doesn't have 9 plus 9, he doesn't have 18 feet wide, he has 14.85 at the house, but it'd be 14.85, if he's gonna go 3 more feet or 4 more feet, move 4 feet into the grass, add 4 more feet of impervious, probably a wash with the back coming out.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Sure.
I now have the survey in front of me, right? The existing paved driveway is 14.85.
Correct.
And to the right of that, I see a proposed walkway that is touching the 14.85, correct?
Just short of walkway.
So shorten the walkway.
Shorten the length of the walkway
Yeah.
by X amount of feet. Don't shorten the porch, because from the front of the porch to the right-of-way line
It's
is
19.7.
19.77 feet from the northbound property corner, right? You see that?
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
You only need 9 by 18, so even if you overhang into the right-of-way, which realistically, nobody's gonna care. I mean,
No, that works that way.
But, you know what I mean? So
You
you'll
don't have a
have,
sidewalk.
No,
right.
no, that works. Okay, I'm
But
sorry,
you're
Mayor,
gonna have
thank
to
you.
remove
No,
the
that's
curb,
good.
you're gonna have to remove the grass, you're
I
gonna
am
have to
Sharon.
widen
Do
your
you want to walk
driveway.
with?
You're gonna have to.
I'm sorry?
jury rig it
No,
down.
no, it's easy now.
Make the request. Sometimes when your kids graduate high school.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes, a couple of towns, it works.
So with the conversation that we just had, Mr. Chavez does not need a parking variance,
If we make this
a condition.
a condition.
Condition, you gotta put in a resolution.
You widen the
And
driveway.
Widen the driveway.
4.15 feet of the widening.
Okay. Yeah, Mr.?
I just wanted Mr. Chavez to know that there are several builders, engineers, and architects on the board in addition to our consultant. So what you're hearing is not flipping a coin. It's- These guys, they know what they're doing.
I'm smart. So the first thing that we talked to you about today when you came in, Mr. Chavez, was that the board is here to try to help you and walk you through these things, not to deny anyone, except when it just doesn't work. However, we still don't know whether we're approving or denying this, but we're trying to shake out the leaves, as they say. So right now, we worked out the driveway situation. We have to talk about, is the board comfortable with the setback on the south side of the property being less than 5, and it's, what, 4 foot?
Yes. Yeah, so, I mean, I think if you look at the existing house and what we're proposing, and especially with the pickup in or the reduction in impervious. And the fact that, along the lines of what Mr. Grimaldi was saying before, there was still a garage there, we're bringing it up, but it expands that elevation, and by the addition of the front porch, I think it's an overall win. And I think that the 1-foot setback variance on the side yard is a decent trade-off for that, especially if we've taken care of the parking issue.
The other plus is that where he's putting this, the neighbor's driveway to the south is a driveway. It's not the 5-foot setback, so you don't feel like you're crammed. It has that feel of a wide open space. Any other questions? Okay. Yes.
I just want to make sure for purposes of a resolution, if this is approved, the language for the driveway, we're going to widen it by not to exceed 4 feet?
No, at least...
At least 4 feet to make the 9 by
4 feet.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we just say 18?
18-foot wide driveway.
18-foot wide driveway, and we don't care if the curb remains the same, and I'm assuming it's going to taper in, or?
A minimum of 3.15 feet.
4.15 feet. Yeah, take the foot off the inside.
18-foot wide driveway.
A minimum of 4.15 feet. That's what I said.
Increase.
Right.
Okay.
But that's also if Mr. Chavez agrees to that.
Yes.
Well, it's that versus a variance that he's going to vote on.
I'm all for it, I just would like to...
I showed you the sketch.
It's pretty simple. We'll explain it to you.
So, Mr. O'Brien will tell you.
Is it from the curb to the house, or not, or whatever he wants to do, as long as it meets the 18?
So we don't know if it's from the curb to the house at this point, because we know we need it 18 feet wide, because we don't know where the pole sits.
No, but the pole doesn't matter.
The pole's
You're gonna-
out of the picture.
The pole's in the right way anyway.
You're not gonna change the curb opening of the driveway.
You can or can't not. You may
Right,
or
well,
may not.
if you can change the thing, but you're not gonna achieve the 4 feet. You should make sure that the pole is within the 4 feet.
Can we say
Leave
this?
that to his people.
Why don't can we say this?
Yeah.
We would like the curb opened up as much as we can, feasibly can, to accommodate the 18, but the 18 wide should be from the 1-foot setback to the neighbor, 18 feet over.
Right, so what you would say is, you would say that the driveway has to be wide enough to accommodate 18 feet plus 1 foot offset, which is 19 feet all from the southerly property line.
I like that.
So aesthetically, how's it gonna look? We're gonna widen that driveway, there's gonna be a pole there and the porch is coming out, right? You're gonna be 5 more feet in front, right?
Yeah.
How's it gonna look? Is it gonna look, aesthetically, is that gonna look good? I mean,
It's not going to look bad.
I know the pole's the pole, but it's gonna be kind of squished in. I just want to try to say, like, are you gonna be happy with that?
I would love to keep that Belgian block there, because when you look in from the street, it continues with the house line.
Is this a municipal?
Municipal.
Okay.
Yeah, so
The left side has the...
You can't pass without.
No, the right side.
I just want-
Right
But
side.
if you can keep it at the curb and then open it this way,
What do we?
you know, to give you 4 more feet.
That's not, that's not.
I would like to
widen
just
it.
create order, because there's 4 conversations going on at one time.
Yep.
So, gentlemen, and everyone here, we have to have one conversation at a time. And it's very important, because we can't get this for her to listen to. So, Mayor, you were saying something first.
I was saying that I think that if he can, he should widen the driveway along the street line.
I think what we have
Sort of
established that we will put in
Sort
as a
of like
condition,
something
if
like
it can be
this.
done, he can widen the curb to the north as much as he can,
Right.
that's allowable, maintaining 18 feet from that 1-foot setback towards the neighbor, from the neighbor, north and south. We'll iron that out for you. Mr. Grimaldi, you were having a conversation here?
No.
Would you like to share?
He had brought up that he's trying to maintain, you're trying to maintain this Belgian block?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's okay.
That's, just by the evidence that the professionals brought up, that we have to have the 1-foot side yard setback and then the driveway, that Belgian block is either that, or you have to ask this board for a variance.
Or do you
But
still?
I just gotta
you can
keep
put
going here with
curbing
okay.
on the new.
Yes, you can do it again.
Okay. Now, we heard you guys, we need to, Mr. Ladani
I'm
was...
done, I'm complete.
No, but your question really wasn't answered yet. And you asked, how is that going to look? And we just said, well, it won't look great, it'll look okay. But if he takes that Belgian block and he makes that curl to come up as a defining or a delineation between the grass and the blacktop, and he gets creative with that concrete walkway, I think
Okay,
it's
I'm satisfied with
doable.
that.
Mr. Ladani, as somebody speaking that my driveway goes up right to my porch, just like this, it doesn't look good.
It looks good. Who was next? Nick, Christian? I feel like I'm the auctioneer. 25.5. All right, Mr. Chris.
No, I was just referring.
Are you yielding to Nick?
Yeah.
Don't point that thing, it has a nail in it.
Mr. Chavez?
Yes.
Mr. Chavez had asked, what is the meaning of a variance, what does it mean? So I'm deferring that to you.
Okay.
Because I know that you're
I didn't hear
spot
that,
on. Go ahead.
because everyone was talking, Mr.
Tell him
Chavez.
what a variance is and why he needs it, the white light man.
Can I make something up, Sharon?
It gets me out of here before 8:30? Yeah.
Roger that. A variance means that a variance is required when you are proposing something that does not meet the ordinance. In this case, your setbacks don't meet the ordinance, so variance has got to be approved for that, for the application to go forward.
Maybe I was a little confused, sorry.
But you asked about the parking variance, and before we started talking about this, and I said, Mr. O'Brien
Sure,
would
yes.
tell you what, if you needed a parking variance, and why it would be such a big deal. Like, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
If the board imposes a reasonable condition of requiring a widening of the driveway, then a parking variance would not be needed.
Which is a win.
But if you needed a parking variance, you'd have to take a vote. That would be the...
So that's parking variances 101.
It would be one of the variances up for your approval or denial, as you wish.
And with that being said, we're going to move on, and I'm going to explain one more thing to you. Any conditions or anything that this board complies with, or you need to comply with, you will not be able to get your CO unless all them conditions are met. So you can't just go ahead, that's part of our package, that you will need to have that portion of the driveway if you agree that you want to do that as part of this application. You must have it done before your CO.
We've done this before with other similar type applications.
Okay, with that being said, we have in front of us one condition on the table right now, and that is to widen the driveway to 18 feet,
Plus 1 foot plus.
Plus one.
plus that 1 foot on the other side.
1 foot buffer.
Right, and we also have as much of the curb that you could take out as possible. And,
To the north.
Basement not to be used.
and the basement not to be used as a bedroom unless you come back before the board to do something like that. And you also made a statement that there'll be no new pool or anything in the yard, you're removing all of that. That's part of the plan. Okay, is there a motion to approve this application?
Board may wish a couple of other...
Sorry?
Plus you need the variance.
Board may wish to consider a couple of other items.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't know there was more. Did I not hear?
If you wish.
Yeah.
No, please, please do.
The applicant will contact Public Service and ask them to move the pole to make life easy, and he will provide the board with their response.
Is that a condition? Because then,
Maybe the
if they say
condition,
they'll move it,
In 6 years.
I don't want them to hold up this project.
All right, how about the condition is that the applicant contact Public Service and provide us with some evidence that he contacted them, either an email or a note or something like that.
Can I ask a question then before we go through this? That pole there, is that your pole service coming into your house?
Yes.
So that means they would have to move that pole left, right, or whatever they deem necessary, and then they would have to run that service back to his house?
They can move it to the 1 foot buffer.
No, well,
Just leave it alone.
Well, then it's crossing,
don't think that needs to be much.
Chairman, I only mention it because the board expressed concern. If the board wishes the applicant to try to move it, you can ask them to, or we can just leave it alone.
I think the chairman is going to ask the board members to leave it alone. Because you're never going to get done. You're never going to get done.
But you can ask, but that's neither here nor...
Ask if you wish, but we're not going to make it a condition.
There's a transformer on that pole. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Here's the poll.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Chairman, there was one other thing mentioned, whether you wish to make it a condition or not.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chavez did mention that he was going to re-sign the entire house. If you want to make that a condition, as opposed to just doing the side and the front, but the entire house, that's up to you.
Well, yeah, that was in his testimony, so it should,
Correct.
it is not on the plan that he is siding the whole house? No one saw that?
I was gonna make that a condition, that's what I was
To be
gonna say.
substantially consistent, that's very common. Your addition and the rest of the remaining house should be consistent in terms of...
Mr. Chavez, are you going to re-side the whole house? You're going to take it down to it? Put it in as a condition, and he will have it done.
That's it.
New siding throughout.
It says new siding throughout?
My mistake.
Then it's not a condition.
Not a condition.
Take it out.
I withdraw, and I regret the waste of time.
You wasted 3 minutes.
Very thirsty. Anyone else have
So
any?
one more question, you don't plan renting, making this a two-family or anything like that? Okay, thank you.
He's pumping out kids 2 and 3 at a time.
Condition on that.
We're going to make a condition. You're going to stop, you know?
You might have more kids.
Okay. So you heard the conditions, you're comfortable, is there a motion? Someone want to make
Make a
this
motion.
Motion made by Mayor Karlovic, second by Mr. Grimaldi. Roll call, please.
Mayor Kolowitz?
Yes.
Mr. Paterno?
Yes.
Mr. Clementi?
Yes.
Mr. Pantina? Yes. Mr. Mazzio?
Yes.
Mr. Ladowdy?
Yes.
Mr. Kalloa?
Yes.
And Mr. Grimaldi?
That was painless, right?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm sure it's going to look beautiful.
The board will get it done.
We'll get it done.
Consider the passage, presumably, and then in January or next meeting. And you're going to provide proof after that of the conditions on the plan, and then you go to construction.
Thank you.
Did you see mine? It says Mayor.
Mr. Chavez, if I
Any
may?
questions?
Yeah, okay, if I may, I just want to say on behalf of myself and the board, thank you for staying in Kenilworth and making this your home. We're very proud of our small little town that we call home, and we wish you a lot of luck with your addition and your family and everything that you're doing over there, and I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. And the new baby. You're welcome. Have a good Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
So good luck, Mr. Chavez.
Any comments for the good of the board?
Just one question. We have all these variances, we work on a master plan, we seem to be like always giving in on these variances. And I know it's a personal property and all of that stuff, but...
You're okay.
Okay, yeah, you get 2 and 3 variances, 4 variances on a half, you know.
That's why
I know it's part of her job, but
yeah, I
Go this way.
Part of whose job?
just a
You
comment.
reduced, but even on this one, I look at it as,
You reduced it.
that house, it's like a toothpick stuck standing out there, so he, as a homeowner, is stuck. He you know,
Yeah.
he can improve the backyard, but the only way to improve the backyard is by getting a garage up,
Well, I'm
up
just making
closer.
an overall comment,
Yeah,
not just
no.
particularly on...
Yeah,
I think
well,
you're
that's fine.
spot on.
Each case, you know.
Yeah.
I know it's just different,
Yeah.
but it seems like we're lately, I don't know.
Well, I think you're
Each
spot
case is
on.
unique, if I may, and
Surely.
you've got to make the burden of proof, and if you disagree with it,
I understand, yeah, I will, I for sure do.
So again, I think you're spot on. However, when it becomes the residential side and not the commercial and industrial side, I think there may be a little bit more leniency to try to make things,
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely more lenient, for sure.
It's more leniency. And I will tell you,
Fence in the front yard. Yeah.
I will tell you that prior to coming here tonight, these were all the things why I was going to deny this application. And then listening to the board, listening to everybody pan it out, I swayed my decision based on the professionalism in the board.
I agree 100%.
And the first thing I said, I'm not happy.
Backyard thing was huge.
Yeah, the pool and the pergola,
Yeah.
you know.
Disney World.
And so that's a good thought.
Okay, no more comments, I'm good.
That was the comments for the good of the board.
That is the 4th of July.
Okay. Someone want to make a motion to open the meeting to the public?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, a motion made by Mayor Kolovich, second by Mr. Mazzio, all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone from the public wishing to speak? Seeing no one?
Motion.
Motion made by Mayor Kolovich, second by Mr. Mazzio, all in favor? Okay, before we adjourn, I do want to make a comment for the good of the board, or a comment to everyone. I wish you all a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, healthy, happy, lovely, prosperous, all of the above. And I can't thank you enough for being your chairman, for running these meetings, and right up until tonight, I've learned something else again, that this is no one-man, one-woman's job. Without all of you, it doesn't work. And that's why I expressed exactly what you said tonight, Tony. Are we being a little lenient? Well, I came in here with a full denial before I left.
Yeah, I had questions,
And you could see it.
absolutely, yeah.
So I appreciate it. So thank you and Merry Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Returning to,
Now, is there a motion to adjourn? Motion made by Mr. Clementi, second by Mr. Colello. All in favor? Aye. Is there a motion to go to La Grilla for cocktails and linguine?
I'll move that
you guys really massage it nicely with the applicants. I've seen boards trying to power these things through, and the applicants,